Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Clay, and I am the Bucks believer. Last season for the Bucks, Eric Bledsoe averaged 19.9 points, 7.2 assists, and 6.2 rebounds per 36 minutes. This year, Jrue Holiday is averaging 19.7 points, 6.2 assists, and 5.2 rebounds per 36 minutes. As these numbers indicate, Holiday is actually averaging less than Bledsoe in each of the three major statistical categories. Despite this fact being true, I still don't think that anyone is disputing that Holiday has been a massive upgrade over Bledsoe so far this season. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down Holiday's game and explaining why I think he makes the Bucks the favorites to win the Eastern Conference this season. Let's start off by talking about the high-level shooting season Holiday has had. He's shooting a career-high 39.7% from beyond the three-point line, and that's coming on a healthy number of attempts as Holiday is shooting 4.8 threes per game. And it's not like all of those three-pointers are coming on wide-open catch-and-shoot attempts off of Giannis Antetokounmpo drives, as only 58.7% of Holiday's made three-pointers this year have come off of assists. Instead, Holiday is an elite pull-up shooter as he knocks down 40.4% of his pull-up threes this season. That makes him a lethal threat in transition where he can pull up from the three-point line or continue driving into the paint for either a finish or a dime off to a rim-running teammate. Holiday also has a lethal sidestep and step-back three-pointer that allow him to manufacture a lot of open shots for himself in a half-court setting. If an opposing defender isn't able to close out on Holiday quick enough, he's also a threat to knock down catch-and-shoot three-pointers, as this year Holiday is shooting 39.3% on those catch-and-shoot opportunities. That shooting has allowed him to both space the floor better on Giannis Antetokounmpo drives and provide Chris Middleton with another shooter that can take advantage of times where Middleton is double-teamed in pick-and-roll situations. So Holiday's shooting has been a huge plus for the Bucks this season, but it's far from the only area in which he has really helped this team out. I also want to touch on his finishing ability, as Holiday is shooting a ridiculous 69.8% from within 3 feet. That is absolutely astounding for a guard, and Holiday does a great job of finishing at the basket. He can use his strength to finish through bigger players. There was a play in yesterday's game against the Golden State Warriors where Holiday was taking it to the rim, and he went straight through Draymond Green's body and finished a layup right in Green's face. And that was really impressive because Draymond Green has won Defensive Player of the Year awards in the past, and Holiday treated him like he was nothing and easily finished over the Warriors forward. Holiday can also use his strength to post up smaller guards, such as he did against Steph Curry and De'Aaron Fox in many times over the past 2 games against the Warriors and Kings. Holiday is both able to get to his pet shot, which is a bit of a turnaround jumper from the mid-range, as well as easy shots at the rim, while also creating wide-open three-point shots for his teammates off of these post-up opportunities. Teams simply cannot put small guards on him, and that makes it a really hard time for opposing defenses to match up with Holiday, as he is also able to use that quickness and ability to change speeds and direction to take advantage of bigger players guarding him. Holiday is also a great cutter, and that has allowed him to really blossom in the Bucks offense, where Giannis Antetokounmpo has become a much better passer. Holiday is able to, at times, slip into the dunker spot where he can find himself behind the defense for an easy finish at the rim off of an Antetokounmpo dime. So Holiday's finishing ability and shooting ability has really improved the Bucks offense and taken them from being simply a pretty good unit to one of the best offensive units in the entire NBA. And that's without even touching on Holiday's defense, which is probably the area in which he is the most impactful. Similar to Bledsoe, Holiday is a great defender at the point of attack. He's excellent at hounding opposing point guards and making every single second difficult for them, as they have no room to breathe as Holiday hounds them at the point of attack. Holiday is also great at forcing miscues from opposing offenses, as he is second in the league behind just Jimmy Butler, averaging 1.8 steals per game. Holiday is also a much more switchable defender than Eric Bledsoe ever was, and that's because Holiday is both 3 inches taller than Bledsoe and a much stronger, well, not stronger, Bledsoe's a pretty strong guy too, but he's just much more better suited to match up against many of the excellent big wings in today's NBA. We've seen Holiday take on super difficult matchups this season against players like LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and in one game against the Lakers, even Anthony Davis. And Holiday is able to use his strength to really hold his own against these outstanding players that should have a pretty significant size advantage on Jrue. But Holiday is able to hold his own, and that allows him to really cover up for some of the defensive weaknesses that Chris Middleton has. And it also allows Giannis Antetokounmpo to not have to guard the primary ball handler in the opposing team's offense, instead letting Antetokounmpo play that rover position as a help defender, in which he excelled last season to the point that he was able to win the Defensive Player of the Year award. Finally, Holiday also does a lot of great things for the Bucks off the court. He always seems to say the right thing in press conferences, and he isn't afraid to admit when he or the team is making mistakes. On multiple occasions, he has said that he wants to see the coaching staff do some things different, whether that be a switching defense or making changes to the offense. Holiday is not afraid to speak his mind, and that has led to the Bucks being a much more progressive team and making changes that allow them to play much better on the basketball court. Holiday has also received a ton of compliments from players around the league who unanimously regard him as one of the best and most underrated players in the league, especially on the defensive end, where players like Kevin Durant have said in the past that they view Jrue as the single best defender in the entire NBA. George Karl, former coach of, well, pretty much every single NBA team it seems, was also super complimentary of Holiday in the past couple of days, as he said, for the best defender in the entire NBA, it comes down to just Jrue or Giannis. In addition to all of those great things off the court, Holiday has also been a great mentor for players like Dante DiVincenzo, as DiVincenzo has had a breakout season for the Bucks in which he is starting for the first time in his career and is similarly terrific on the defensive end as Holiday is, as he's super active and is able to force a lot of turnovers with his active hands in passing lanes. Holiday has been huge for the Bucks this season and has impacted them in so many different ways. I think that his ability to guard multiple positions on defense will make this team much better suited to exceed in the playoffs on that end of the court, and on offense, his ability to knock down shots from the perimeter and finish at the basket will make that unit much better as well. I think the Bucks have a great matchup against the Brooklyn Nets, as they can put Holiday on either one of James Harden and Kyrie Irving, and I think that that's probably the current favorite in most people's minds to make it out of the Eastern Conference. But I think Holiday makes the Bucks have a great matchup against Brooklyn, and I think that that would be a really great and really close series if that does happen in this year's postseason. Holiday is terrific, and I am so happy that he is extended with the Bucks for the next 4 seasons, and he is really the engine that makes this team go. He's not the best player, that obviously would go to Giannis, but Holiday is incredibly important, and to me, he is one of the primary reasons why I think this team has a genuine shot at winning this year's NBA championship. Let me know what you thought of this video in the comment section down below. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, especially if you are a fellow Bucks believer. This is the place for you. I think that I've covered everything that I wanted to cover, so that's going to be it for me. Ladies and gentlemen, I will see you all again very soon.